However, we were soon to be enlightened. The significance of her apparently meaningless statement was brought home to us in no uncertain fashion 2 nights later. The room in which we slept had a double bed, which stood in a corner with one side pressed close against the wall. I usually slept on the side nearer to the wall. I had been fast asleep for some time when suddenly I awoke to find myself lying on the floor. Too dazed to give the matter any thought, I just climbed back to my side of the bed and fell asleep again. Some minutes later I again woke up, and once more I was lying on the floor by the far side of the bed. I thought I must be having a nightmare, and, more awake this time, got back into bed. I was still lying half awake when suddenly I felt myself rise into the air, and pass over the top of my husband. A moment later I was unceremoniously bumped onto the floor. I became wide awake after this treatment. Putting one hand to the floor in order to pick myself up, I saw that it was covered by a white vapor which, when I scooped some in my hand to smell it, I discovered to be smoke. I shouted to Arthur that the house was on fire. Together we rushed downstairs with the children and passed them to safety out of the back window into the yard. The fireman later told us that the sitting room must have been in a state of slow combustion for over 2 hours, for when the door was opened the whole place burst into roaring flames. Sadly, we surveyed the ruins of our home. What remained of the furniture and walls of the sitting room was charred and blackened, including the chest of drawers, which we had so carefully painted white. It was then that we recalled the words Mrs. Kent had uttered 2 nights before. Another aspect of the disaster, however, brought me great comfort. There was now no doubt in my mind that I was under the protection of the spirit world. By dumping me 3 times on the floor to awaken me, my spirit friends have conclusively shown that they had no intention of allowing me to leave this life until my work was done. I had now reached a stage in my physical development where I felt the urge to go into the highways and byways and work among people, trying to bring hope and comfort to their minds and healing to their bodies. I longed to share the light of understanding which had been given to me, and to help to bring into sharper focus the truth which had been demonstrated to mankind nearly 2,000 years before.